As someone who's used Twitter since 2015, I've seen the site go from highs and lows. There was that weird time when the live streaming app Periscope was integrated into Twitter and almost no one used it.
What you got to say, friend?
Not to mention, there was also the insane TOS, where the literal Taliban were allowed on the app, but for some reason, Azealia Banks was permanently banned. Regardless, with Elon Musk taking over and rebranding it as X, I was among the few optimistic people. Change is a good thing. So who knows, this might work out. But very quickly, the platform that I once knew and loved became so much more chaotic. I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2022, an account on Twitter pretended to be the pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly. All it took was them paying $8 for a blue checkmark and they looked legit. The fake Twitter account tweeted, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." And right after that, the Eli Lilly stock just plummeted. For the most part, these problems have been ironed out by Musk and the new regime, but there is still one glaring problem on the platform: bots. It's absolutely insane how many bots are on Twitter nowadays. Go to any popular post and scroll through the comments. It will take you several minutes to scroll before you even get a reply from an actual human being. This has led some people to theorize if dead internet theory is at play here, as most Twitter threads are undeniable proof of it being a thing. But what is dead internet theory, and how does it apply to Twitter, or X? I realize I've been dead naming Twitter this entire time, but it's just a better name. X feels dirty. I don't like saying it. Anyways, dead internet theory is a concept that speculates on the notion that a significant portion of internet activity is generated by bots rather than actual humans. The term implies that the internet, particularly certain platforms or threads, appear lively, but are just automated scripts, algorithms, or bots, creating the illusion of engagement. So, in the end, anyone and everyone that you interact with in comment sections isn't a real person. They're just a bot. Of course, this is just a theory, a game theory, but it's not proven. When examining the proliferation of bots on Twitter, it becomes increasingly tempting to consider the application of dead internet theory. These automated entities flood popular posts, saturating comment sections with generic or just nonsensical messages as users scroll through the seemingly endless stream of bot-generated content. Often, they'll realize that genuine human interaction is becoming a rarity. With its real-time nature and vast user base, Twitter provides an ideal environment for the manifestation of dead internet theory. The platform's open structure allows bots to easily infiltrate discussions, even influencing public opinion, spreading misinformation, or just cluttering the space. Remember, Elon purchased Twitter because he wanted Twitter to be like the public square where anyone can say anything. But now, bots are preventing that. This phenomenon raises questions about the quality of discourse and the integrity of user engagement on social media. Moreover, the application of dead internet theory extends beyond Twitter to other online platforms. As technology advances, bots become more sophisticated, capable of emulating human behavior to a greater extent. Now, you may be wondering, why are there so many bots on Twitter? What caused this and how can it be fixed? Well, in my opinion, there are two main causes here. The first is that Twitter Blue members get preferential treatment in comment sections. So if someone with a Twitter Blue account comments something, even if it's completely irrelevant to the original post, they will still get their comment put all the way up at the top. Hence, it's the first thing anyone will see when scrolling down. While this was originally put in place as a perk, bots have now abused it to get attention on their posts. You see, there are bots on every social media site, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but spam filters are hiding them, while Twitter puts them front and center. Removing this feature would do wonders for the platform. It may piss off a lot of Twitter Blue users, but at the same time, don't pay $12 a month just to like spam random bullshit in the comments? The second cause is the monetary value of engagement farming on the platform. So the way monetization works on Twitter is that the more engagement, the more money you get. This is why so many gimmick accounts have been posting these Facebook tier photos that were popular back in the Bush administration. Whoever is behind these bots, they're actively profiting from this engagement farming, which is why they seem to be on every popular post. Most of the responses aren't even substantial either. Sometimes it's just nonsense or unrelated memes, or even a ChatGPT response like, look at this. It's obviously harming the user's experience, the human users, because no one wants to see this stuff, and it's just getting users to go on to another social media site and just mindlessly doom scroll there. So what can be done to stop this from happening? Well, for starters, remove the preferential treatment in the comments section, like I already mentioned before, as this should make it so that only the most relevant posts are seen rather than the bots just spamming complete nonsense. This is basic stuff that was established back in the days of MySpace, but for some reason, everything continues to just spiral downward and we can't have anything nice anymore. Beyond that, Twitter needs to rework its monetization features. A good way to look at it would be to look at what YouTube did back in the day. So originally, YouTube rewarded videos in the algorithm with high view counts, but they encountered this problem where they had reply girls that would just reply to every popular video, then they would get views from that, and those videos would be pushed. And this even encouraged clickbait and just egregious content. In a way, it's very similar to what's going on right now with Twitter. So what did they do? They reworked it so that watch time and retention mattered more. So how can this be applied to Twitter? Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure. YouTube's monetization is largely built upon video consumption, whereas with Twitter, it's difficult to peg one medium down. Twitter as a whole is mixed media, so some tweets can be just words, or some can be photos or videos, or even an external link, or all of the above. So one idea that I came up with was establishing a creator fund, kind of like what TikTok utilizes. Looking at the site, I'm pretty sure most of the money generated is from ad revenue. So while I'm not sure how this would stop the bot problem, it would at least stop the engagement farming. Another idea that I had would be to just stick to their focus on engagement, but finding a way to reward meaningful engagement. They would have to define what meaningful engagement is, and that would be its own can of worms that could be easily abused by these bots, but I think it would be a step in the right direction. A third and final idea is to just do a better job of monitoring the site for bots and banning them for spam. That's virtually what every social media site already does, and it's so shocking how archaic Twitter sometimes feels. I understand a lot of this has to do with who's in charge at the moment, but as someone who truly cares about the platform, it's oddly sad to see it slowly burn to the ground. But on the other hand, I need to touch grass, let's be honest. That being said though, I live in Wisconsin, so I'm not touching grass until like June. You see, what made me want to make this entire video is a post by the Twitter account Historic Vids. They posted this video caption, "The Kazakhstan language sounds like a diesel engine trying to start in winter," and it got over 20,000 likes. Seems kind of innocuous, but the only problem is the video was mistakenly posted without audio. My guess would be that a majority of those 20,000 likes are allegedly from bots. And the more and more I think about it, the more I realize that maybe this is a problem that Elon doesn't really want to solve. Let's, for a moment, put our tinfoil hats on and just indulge in a quick conspiracy theory that I came up with while writing this at 2 a.m. last night. When Elon isn't tweeting about Grok, which is his ChatGPT knockoff, he's tweeting about how X is growing in its user base and how people are more active than ever. He often brags about how the latest video from Tucker Carlson on X has more views than there are people currently living in the US. That's the thing though. They're not views. They're impressions at best. Simply scrolling past a tweet counts as a view, when in actuality, the proper term he should be using is impression. I'm not trying to make this a political thing, by the way. I'm only using that because that's the example that he gave with Tucker Carlson having like 135 million views on a video. This isn't a political video by any means. All I'm saying is the numbers don't add up. So why is he doing this? Why is Elon saying all this? Well, it allegedly makes Twitter look good. It allegedly makes potential advertisers think that the site is bustling with human activity, when in actuality, the numbers are allegedly fudged beyond belief, and the bots allegedly juice these numbers even more. So, despite actively harming the human users, Twitter has shown that they only care about turning a profit, which, let's be honest, that's just what every successful company does. But that's the thing. Twitter isn't successful, and the numbers prove that. Monthly revenue has plummeted by 54%. And while I'm not a financial expert, that is not good for a multi-billion-dollar company. And on top of that, the user numbers continue to plummet every month. In trying to make more money by sacrificing the user experience, they ultimately lost money and lost users in the process. Look, I am definitely not saying that Twitter has been actively lying about their numbers and encouraging botting to make their site look better. That would be slanderous, maybe libel even.
Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that these actions are borderline illegal with what Twitter's doing, because there's a chance that they are allegedly borderline illegal. But what I am saying is that Twitter has a bot problem.